Here's why your two-handed backhand might feel weak. You might need to use your left hand more. In a two-handed backhand, your left hand, if you're righty, is doing most of the work. It's what generates the power, controls the spin, and really drives the shot. So stop letting your right hand take over. Think about your left hand as the main hitter. Use it more and your backhand will feel way stronger. Adrian Mannarino is a really unique player. He strings his rackets between approximately 17 pounds to 26 pounds. This string tension allows him to get a lot of power, despite not being a very powerful player. The average string tension, on the other hand, is around 50 to 60 pounds. The downside of having a really low tension is having a lack of control. With higher string tensions, you get more control, but less power. It's important to find what string tension works to your strengths. If you hit a decent drop shot, it's a good idea to follow that drop shot into the net. Your opponent is stretched out on the move, and from that spot, it's not easy for them to pass you. If your opponent hits a weaker ball, then you're at the net to put them away. By coming to the net, it can make your opponent feel more pressure to do something special with the ball. This makes them more likely to make more errors. Is the underarm serve actually effective or just a gimmick? Let's find out. Tennis Abstract reports that the underarm serve had a win percentage of around 77% in the sample they looked at. The sample size was pretty small in this experiment, so take the information with a grain of salt. For comparison, the typical ATP player's overall serve win percentage is around 65%, with only very top servers reaching 70% or higher. So realistically, if the sample size increased and more players started using the underarm serve regularly, it would probably catch opponents off guard less often, and the overall effectiveness would drop significantly. Do you think the underarm serve is a bit disrespectful, or do you think it's a smart strategy? A lot of professional tennis players hit about 60 to 70% of their max potential in practice. Here we can see Casper Ruud and Carlos Alcaraz doing just that. This builds that foundation of consistency and even muscle memory, because we know that these players can strike the ball much harder. However, Rafael Nadal is unique. He hits the ball harder in practice than in a match. Because he practices hitting the ball harder in practice, he feels like it's easy to strike the ball in a match situation. Hitting against the wall is one of the best ways to level up your game. Because you've got less time between shots, it forces you into compact swings and sharper footwork. That ability to shorten your swing under pressure is huge in matches when you're rushed and facing heavy pace, and sharper footwork keeps you balanced and ready for the next shot. Plus, you hit a ton of balls in a short time with the wall.